Revelio. Alohomora. Revelio.
大家好，欢迎来到霍格华兹。今天又是一个卖东西，不是卖东西，把那个我不知道。
Hello, nice to meet you.
Welcome. I'm Bernard Indiaye, and this is my shop. Is there anything I can help you with?
卖东西。
I'm curious to know what's happening in Feldcroft. Might you have any insight?
An incredibly unpleasant goblin called Belgroth the Bludgeoner has been tormenting everyone he encounters. Feldcroft
没
borders
有，
goblin
没那么早，可能
but
不知
we've
道。
always lived in peace
他
with
不喜欢
their
看，他不
kind.
喜欢看这个啊。
Until recently, that is. Some claim that Belgroth and his associates are in league with Ranrock. I don't know if there's truth to it. Whatever the case, their constant meddling is devastating business. Everyone feels unsafe. It's quite serious.
很严重。
What do you sell here?
Glad you asked. I sell the finest
奇
array
兽
of
副
beast
产
products
品
you'll find in the entire countryside. If you don't believe me, feel free to look about. Eventually you'll return. They
我去每个
always
客人
do.
都这样。哦，
What brought you to own a shop in Feldcroft?
Beautiful place, isn't it? Although I admit I didn't choose it. It chose me. I was raised here. It's always been my
笑
home.
死！
As for the
不
shop,
可以坐在办公室
I，
叫你
suppose
们出
my
去，
line of work
全部给我
chose
滚
me
出
as
去！
well. I've always loved working with beasts. And my twin girls adore them. Wouldn't be surprised if they took over from me one day.
What do you have for sale?
What do you have sale？
What are we in the market for today?
哦，
A pleasure doing business with you.
哎，你看这个装备比较高级。哎，勇气斗篷。我靠，还有这个更高级的。卖掉，卖掉！哇，有没有一堆没有解读的东西？
Have I mentioned you're welcome to stop by any time?
那我应该要先去把去解读，然后卖一卖，不然的话，你看收集不了东西。
It's like a place right out of a storybook. Revelio.
笑死！
I wouldn't give for a cup of mushroom tea.
哦，大型装置。钱。后面有一堆箱子。扫帚。收集收集。
Feels like I've been at this for hours.
卫士流。嗯，这有两只。追随子弹。
Here.
变变，阿铁，死去，阿铁，等一下，我先回密室把东西解毒，然后把东西卖一卖，不然装备栏满了啦。嘿，别靠，一直按到。你看这里超多奇兽，给他羽毛，给他羽毛。给你食物。给你食物。再给你食物。哦。羽毛、兽皮、管理奇兽。OK， 这是你的啊，玻璃兽。你看有没有？鸭嘴兽太累。吃，都吃都吃。装备啊，你这不够高啊，67778哎。哇，有这个的，好啊，这个也好。哦，72。斗篷，不要披风。睡衣，睡衣的睡衣的能耐更高诶，有点屌。哦，潇洒装扮诶。OK， 边缝。觉得还没回到。没办法学黑魔法之类的。OK， 先这样。这基础，
Seems a pleasant enough little place.
看来是个不错的地方。
Nice to see you again.
Nice to see you as well. How can I help you?
How can I help you?
And what do you have for sale?
What are we in the market for today?
我去卖掉，卖掉，卖掉，卖掉，卖掉，卖掉，卖掉，卖掉。Okay.
Have I mentioned you're welcome to stop by any time?
Revelio.
哪里啊？刚刚不是有个子弹指南？嗯？哦，这里啊。好小。
Revelio.
练习用假人。超诡异。
Off on another adventure, are we?
Shall we?
Revelio. Alohomora.
Alohomora. 剪掉。哎呦，植物白银。
Revelio.
哪小的？好吧，那就来截主线吧。他等我们很久。
Thank you for your persistence and cleverness. I confronted Piers about it, and he confessed straight away, the old rascal. We've agreed to let bygones be bygones. Don't
怎么还有
forget
他
to
的
say hello the
信
next
件？
time you're in the Three Broomsticks. Thrilled to be back there again.
怎么还有他的东西啊？好了，交谈吧。
Enjoying the view?
Keeping an eye on things. Feldcroft isn't what it used to be.
不同意。
No one has felt safe here since Ranrock's loyalists took a peculiar interest in that castle over there. Rookwood Castle. My uncle Solomon is a former Auror and refuses to look into it, even after Anne was cursed by one of them. Possibly with a wand, no less.
I heard a goblin refer to wizard kind as wand carriers. Are goblins forbidden from carrying wands?
Precisely. That's why I'm on the hunt for answers. If I'm to cure her, I need to understand what happened to her. Anne was always the most mischievous of the three of us. Which is saying something, knowing me and ominous. I'm hoping a surprise visit from me and a new friend from Hogwarts will help lift her spirits. Bring back the Anne I used to know. Come on, I'll take you to my uncle's.
Oh.
This way.
这到底是他妹妹还是不是啊？
Feldcroft used to be a lot livelier. With Ranrock's lot wandering about all the time, everyone stays out of sight.
哦，这一
Here we
间
are. My sister should be just inside.
不好意思，我已经把里面东西收光光。这样子。
Aha! Sebastian, where did you...
Is that what I think it is?
We've been over this, boy.
Hey.
Shrivelfigs cannot reverse a curse. Nothing can. The sooner you accept that reality, the better.
But we haven't tried everything.
There is no cure! When will you accept that?
Never. I can never accept it.
No.
What you've done?
I'm sorry.
Leave. 问他。What?
I'm sorry you had to see that.
Revelio.
If
What?
you don't mind, I just need a moment alone.
What?
Poor Sebastian. Not the visit he'd hoped for.
I'm sorry about earlier. Those bouts of pain.
没有你，或者说被人开排斥团那种东西。这是我的朋友公主，不是你的，不要碰我的东西。哇，啊，叔叔嘞？
Are you all right, Anne? I didn't mean to intrude.
You didn't, truly. And I'm all right. The pain from this curse comes in bouts, and often suddenly. It's not anyone's fault. It's nice to meet you, by the way. You must be the new 5th year Sebastian told me about.
I am. Sebastian and I met during a rather lively duel in defense against the dark arts.
Oh, dear Professor Hecat. She's a powerful witch. And she knows how to keep students like my brother and me in
好
line.
惨。
I do miss Hogwarts, but I wouldn't mind being in Feldcroft really if it wasn't so dreary now. Between the goblins at the castle and my uncle fighting with Sebastian whenever he's home, it's not the cozy retreat it once was.
Sebastian mentioned something about your uncle being an ex-Aura, but refusing to go after Ranrock's loyalists. I must say, I wasn't prepared for him to be as angry as he was.
Uncle Solomon is frustrated by what happened to me, and by Sebastian for thinking he can fix it. They both mean well, I know they do, but my uncle is right. This curse cannot be undone. I can feel it. Sebastian cannot take away my pain. Perhaps you can help him to understand that.
I'll do my best. I can promise to speak with him about it.
Thank you. His search for a cure is futile, I'm afraid. I'm getting tired. I should probably rest.
本来就
Thank
是
you
啊
for。stopping by. I wish you well.
击败兰洛克，然后才有机会解掉那个他的诅咒啊。
That boy will fray my last nerve.
Excuse me, Mr. Sallow.
Oh, yes, Sebastian's friend. I apologize on behalf of my nephew. He doesn't know when to stop. I was about to check on Anne. Did I see you come from the house? How is she?
She's all right. She said she was going to rest.
Nothing can be done for her.
肯定还有其他
It could be that you've not yet discovered the cure.
Ah, you sound like Sebastian, thinking you know better than the healers at St. Mungo's.
Perhaps the healers don't know everything, sir. Sebastian is single-mindedly focused on finding a way to help his sister. If there is a cure, he will find it.
Your faith in Sebastian is misplaced.
主要暗点是
Some
梦。
sort of dark magic cursed Anne. and the goblins aren't likely to explain themselves anytime soon. Giving her hope is cruel. The only thing to do now is keep Anne comfortable and stay out of the Loyalists' way.
Wow.
I understand what you're saying, sir.
Good. I know what's best for Anne and Sebastian. They are my stubborn brother's children. Especially Sebastian. If you really want to be of help, you'll make sure Sebastian does what he should do, not what he wants to do. He's no idea the harm he could do if he doesn't stop.
Yeah.
I hope you remember what I've said. Good day.
你越是阻止他，他越会去找，好吗？
Why will he not listen to me? She's my sister.
How are you doing, Sebastian?
You got a first-hand glance at what I'm dealing with. I apologize for my uncle.
好了。
I'll admit I wasn't expecting him to be so angry.
He's always angry. He's been angry since my parents died. After Anne was hurt, he only grew worse. It's as though he blames me somehow, always calling me my father's son, as if that's an insult. I'm the one trying to help her. He's simply given up.
Both Anne and your uncle seem genuinely convinced that nothing more can be done for her.
I refuse to believe that. Anne's pain is more than physical. It has changed her entirely. I miss my sister. And I'm going to get her back. Come with me.
Fallout 3不知道什么东西，可是反正就是
loyalists are capable of so much more.
反正就是没有希望啦。然后我们就是主角，我们要帮他有希望给他啊。然后最后已经结果就是，感觉结果就是说，把敌人打败之后就有解药了，哈哈，然后就成功了，哈哈。跟你讲，如果主角是男的的话，就变激情是这种；主角是女的的话，现在就变成有点暧昧关系。
This way.
1乘1乘3，基本上对话都很类似啊，剧情都很类似。要剧情不一样太难。
To dig through this rubble. Ranrock knows what he's doing.
Oh yeah?
It's an honor to be a part of it.
Fuck you.
Dead wizard.
Leviosa. 哎呦，好猛哦，那个。把你变不见。Finger. Lena will unite it. Akira. The finger. 我想，这是你一辈子的错，那就我就错很久啦。把你变不见！哎，你错了哈，放在哪里？变不见，变不见，变不见。啊 ，finger， 蹦，蹦，蹦 ，the finger。靠腰，快！25 ，the finger， no， Akira， 这样 ，the finger， 我靠，把你变不见！
I confess, that was a bit more than I'd bargained for.
Huh?
I tried to warn you.
在猪肉里。 我可以脱离他吗？哎，不行。就得先跟他解完任务的。
Those loyalists deserved what they got.
Couldn't agree more. This is where it happened. We smelled smoke in the middle of the night. When we looked outside, flames were shooting from the estate. Before my uncle and I could stop her, Anne rushed out, racing towards the fire, worried someone would be hurt. She came face to face with a horde of goblins, frantically trying to stamp out the flames. Suddenly, an icy voice drifted out from somewhere in the smoke. Children should be seen and not heard. A blinding blast followed. They didn't even give her a chance to run.
Wow.
Seems an awfully violent response to a child wandering by. What were they trying to hide?
My thoughts exactly. It may be grasping at Billywigs, but I keep thinking that there might be something here that could lead me to whoever cursed Anne. Might be the only way to learn what type of magic harmed her, which could help me find a cure.
Perhaps you're right. The loyalists
是 bug 吗？他听到那个
do seem to be
喘气
spending a
声
lot，of time here, and it's likely
可以
that
扁他吗？扁不了啊，
And at Rookwood
打不到他。
Shall we have a look around? They seem to have set up camp here for
打不到
a specific reason. They have stations for everything.
Revelio. Whose home was this?
Been abandoned long since I've lived here.
等一下
Rumor was a Hogwarts professor lived here centuries ago.
哦
But that's all I ever
，bug
heard.
了，bug 了。bug， 哎，不要这样 ，bug。等一下啊，他一直传出那个呼气声。这个变不了，变不了，变不了他，想变变不了，也还好。
I confess, that was a bit more than I'd bargained for.
Revelio.
I tried to warn you.
Those loyalists deserved what they got.
Couldn't agree more. This is where it happened. We smelled smoke in the middle of the night. When we looked outside, flames were shooting from the estate. Before my uncle and I could stop her, Anne rushed out, racing towards the fire, worried someone would be hurt. She came face to face with a horde of goblins, frantically trying to stamp out the flames. Suddenly, an icy voice drifted out from somewhere in the smoke. Children should be seen and not heard. A blinding blast followed. They didn't even give her a chance to run.
Seems an awfully violent response to a child wandering by. What were they trying to hide?
My thoughts exactly. It may be grasping at Billywigs, but I keep thinking that there might be something here that could lead me to whoever cursed Anne. Might be the only way to learn what type of magic harmed her, which could help me find a cure.
Perhaps you're right.
还有这个热血
Loyalists
青
are
年，
everywhere, but they do seem to be spending a lot of time here, and it's likely they're
他每个
hiding
角色都有
something.
故事，
And at Rookwood Castle. Shall we have a look around?
只是为什么要一直驼背？看，
They seem to have set up camp here for a specific reason. They have stations.
Whose home was this?
Been abandoned long since I've lived here. Rumor was a Hogwarts professor lived here once, centuries ago.
钱钱，
That's all I ever heard.
钱钱， 钱钱。这是钱。
Always armed and ready for a fight, Ranrock's loyalists.
全副武装。
I've heard that goblin dig sites like these are popping up everywhere.
It's a wonder the Ministry isn't doing more.
It might be worth taking a closer look at the house itself.
靠近那个房子，你看。
This well looks familiar. Sebastian, I've seen this before. The house, the well, the view.
What do you mean?
Revelio.
When?
Give me a moment. I'll explain in a second.
When?
Sebastian, over here.
Over
Do you
here.
think this was damaged by the fire the night that Anne was cursed?
Could be.
复修。
Looks to me as though this was intentional.
啊，复修。
Revelio.
好吧，没东西，复修。
Sebastian, this house did belong to a Hogwarts professor hundreds of years ago.
Who? What do
I
you...
found a pensive that day in the restricted section with a memory that showed this house. There was a little girl and a drought. The keepers have shown me other memories as well. The girl became a Hogwarts professor. Her name was...
伊西多拉莫格姆。
She was one of the keepers.
The keepers? Like in Quidditch? And you found a pensive in the library? I'm not following you.
I realize it's a lot to take in. I'm not even sure I understand it all yet. And no, not like Quidditch. They call themselves keepers because they're protecting some type of knowledge. It all has to do with the vault at Gringotts.
Let me see if I've got this straight. You have Ranrock and Rookwood after you because of something you found at Gringotts where you ended up via a port key. You can see traces of an ancient magic that you think Ranrock is trying to harness. And now you've been witnessing memories left by keepers. Oh, and this house belonged to a Hogwarts professor who was hundreds of years ago. If I didn't know you, I'd think you were pulling my leg.
It's all a bit much, isn't it? When you put it like that. The point is, we both have good reason to search this house. You for answers about what happened to Anne, and me for answers about the keepers.
Keepers.
Look at this.
Revelio. Someone piled this here for a reason. Is it blocking something?
Only one way to find out.
Revelio.
地下通道。
Why bother blocking a stairwell?
There might be something here worth a closer look.
Rumors.
They've left all of this simply strewn about.
Revelio.
Tells me they're after something bigger.
原本这边是为了学习，但我想要做什么？我不行，那是我就看到那里面，
Seems these journal entries are from Isadora's travels.
Travel. 第二点我们看，库是我父亲的，但是学其他的。
Journal entry of Isadora's. I should hold on to this.
探索地窖。
Lumos.
Rumors.
You're not going to believe this. I can see the Undercroft.
What? A daydream? Because that happens to me too.
I know it sounds strange.
Honestly, nothing you say sounds
到底
strange.
见怪不怪 ，OK？
Fair enough. I can see the Undercroft through this stone wall, as though it's a window. This has happened before.
I'm listening.
I think it's to do with my ability to see traces of ancient magic.
But You said you didn't really understand it, and that you couldn't wield it.
That's true, and I'm still not sure what it all means. What I do know is that my ability allows me to travel through these windows I see.
Wait.
I see.
We can get straight to the Undercroft from here. Ominous will be floored.
We can, but perhaps best not to tell anyone else about this for now.
就连奥米意思也不理我。
Understood. Well then, invisible, secret, ancient magic passageway.
我们来了
Here we come.
Here we come.
I'm tempted to hold my breath.
进入地穴。Oh my god.
Why would the door lead us here?
Sebastian, look.
Here. Oh my god. 不见了。
Why hide a triptych here?
Seems as if something's missing.
A note. Let's have a look.
Have a look. 看无啦。
Anything helpful in the note?
A rune symbol. I've seen similar symbols used by the keepers.
I've been thinking. A keeper lived in that house centuries ago, and Ranrock and his lot have been searching there. You said that goblins may be wielding some form of this ancient magic. Do you think Anne was cursed by ancient magic?
I can't be sure, of course, but I don't think so. I didn't see any traces of it around your sister.
Very well. But that doesn't mean it's not ancient magic. There's still so much we don't know about it.
True. Perhaps this triptych will lead us to answers.
Then we'll have to unravel what this all means. But now I need to see Ominous. Don't worry, I won't tell him anything. Did I mention that, apparently, Salazar Slytherin had a secret scriptorium here, in Hogwarts?
You did not. Sounds worth looking into. Any idea where in the castle?
No idea. Ominous just learned of it. I'll let you know what I find out. I had no idea our visit to Cian would unfold into all of this. My head's an utter mess. But I'm glad you told me everything you did. I'll be in touch. Till then.
Till then. Oh, 高地要塞，温加登纳维阿萨，天文学课程。地图。
Ah, Upper Hogsfield. Now, where to find Mrs. Sprottle?
Sprottle. 你过来警告。
Not sure how I'd fare in a little place.
Bardo Beaumont should have returned by now. Had by dark wizards he was.
Eh?
Revelio.
收集，收集，收
This
集。
could prove dangerous if I'm not careful.
乱吃东西。
Shane Bardolph thought dark magic was the answer. I reckon Rookwood played a hand in
Hello， 他们啦，大白天在偷人家家。噔，好吃。
Toadstool tales always made me wretch as a child.
被识别手部。哈哈，那个是要用骑才行是吧？不是啊，你怎么会直接翻过去？不是，他怎么会直接跳下去？屁嘞！我摔死啦！南瓜汽水，哎，南瓜汽水，好特别。
Upper Hogsfield. Now, where to find Mrs. Sprottle?
Sprottle. Oh. Boom. 森林魔法师帽。等一下，你在干嘛？他为什么要一直跳下去？这在干嘛？这里面吗？我在另外一边。楼上还有东西。Confirmed。Baby， 雷西，这里的话，队友的话，我们怎么下去？
Revelio.
哼，笑死！嘣，掉下去。
Revelio.
嗯？我说这里是哪里啊？这个位置是要怎么进去啊？ 啊？那这个包包是怎么拿的啊？这也进不去啊。嗯？哦，这里面有路可以进去，那个包包。
Wonder who lives here.
Ranrock's loyalists are a menace. What can be done?
啊，这个这样。挺会耶。
Revelio.
人呢？艾迪西索伍德。开始偷拿这些东西。南瓜。
Revelio.
你有什么任务？
I couldn't help it over here. Did you mention Ranrock's loyalists?
I did. Never imagined they'd act this deadly. I'm Claire Beaumont, by the way.
Nice to meet you.
Ranrock and his followers have set up camp here. No regard for our beloved hamlet or our livelihoods. Ruthless. My brother Bardolph dared to stand up to them. I'm simply at my wit's end.
How did your brother Bardolph end up in St. Mungo's?
Bardolph had spent the entire day hand-picking herbs and roots for us. When a group of Ranrock's lot appeared and demanded the harvest for themselves, Bardolph refused. In their anger, they hurled him against a rock and robbed him.
优序壮志还抢了他的财物。
The moment he left St. Mungo's, he vowed revenge. I worry he may be dabbling in magic that he will one day regret.
Wow.
You said Ranrock's loyalists have set up camp here. Where precisely?
To the south, across the river. Last I heard, there were several loyalists in each camp.
Okay.
I won't go near them.
该杀人了。
Why don't you simply leave the area for now?
Upper Hogsfield is my home. Baldolph and I grew up here. No, we are standing firm.
这决定下一步该怎么做
My brother returns, then we shall decide what to do next.
Okay.
He's gone to seek Victor Rookwood's advice. I didn't approve of that idea, but perhaps in the end it will help.
I am unfortunately quite familiar with Ranrock's loyalists. Perhaps I can do something.
Much as I would love to be rid of them,
Uh-huh.
I wouldn't want you to risk injury, or worse. Please be cautious.
Please be cautious.
We should not have to live in fear. This is our home.
It seems as though things are getting worse. Best be on my guard.
Such arrogance.
Okay.
I was only following orders. Leave your accusations in someone else.
One of Ranrock's camps. Exactly as Madame Beaumont described.
Wizards are running scared. As they should be.
Primicus Totalis.
整整实话。
You should know better than that by now. We've all told you before, and look what happens when you don't listen. One less human to worry about. How nice of you to stop by.
哦，
You ought to cut back on pudding. Mistook you for a troll the other
找不
day.
到我哦。 嘿，全部人都找不到我。
One camp down, one more to go.
One more to go.
Revelio.
Okay, let's go. 就喜欢 Posy。
You will regret coming here.
看一下。哦，把你变不见了。
Ready to fight?
Who's there? OK， 这只。
Such arrogance. One less human to worry about. Hello? How nice of you to stop by.
Hey.
Here's playing tricks. Back to it then. Quiet as a grapple, and you are. Seems quiet.
疯狂暗杀。
Quiet, if you ask me.
Tell us.
整整石化光光。
I deserve better than.
OK， 整组暗杀。
Your blood's on Ranrock's hands. Both camps cleared. Madame Beaumont will be glad to hear that.
全部暗杀。戳破气球。
Not sure how I'd fare in a little place.
I do miss the bustle of business.
Hello, Madame Beaumont. Good news. I was able to clear out
顺利
Ranrock's
肃
camp.
清的。
You cleared them out. How?
How?
I managed to catch them off guard.
When my brother returns, this news will mean the world to him. You saved our hamlet, my young friend. This will not be forgotten. I fear for other hamlets, truly. Ranrock and his lot are unlike any goblins I've ever seen.
What do you have for sale?
What are you looking? Thank you. Sincerely.
Oh.
Marvellous. I could always use more of these.
My.
Thank you for passing through.
破银
Revelio.
三人沙发哎，哦，
Bardolph Beaumont should have returned by now. Had by dark wizards he was.
Excuse me, did you say something about a Bardolph Beaumont?
I did. I don't think we've met.
Oh,
I'm
really?
Dorothy Sprottle. I was just worrying about Claire Beaumont's brother
他失踪了，
Only he's
刚才帮他解决问题，他失踪。
Rumor is he was seen in the forest practicing dark magic. Saw him myself near some ruins with Rookwood's lot I did. I fear he got himself into trouble with the Ashwinders, especially if he made them a promise he couldn't keep. Shame, really. With Ranrock's camps cleared out, I have a feeling he'd have given up
哎，
on
他是有
dark
更新
magic
的，
altogether.
他是会更新的。
Why would Bardolph want to get involved with the Ashwinders?
Oh, he had a terrible run-in with Ranrock's loyalists. Changed him. He vowed never to feel powerless again.
可是他没有让他两个
I
合作
think。he sought the Ashwinders out to learn their secrets. Victor Rookwood, at least, seems somehow immune to Ranrock's loyalists.
Do you think Bardolph may have simply run off?
No. Bardolph's run that shop with Claire his entire life. He'd not give it up for anything. He swore he'd be back in a fortnight. My instincts are that he's been held captive, or worse.
Or worse.
I can certainly look out for him.
Any help would be appreciated. You might speak to Claire first. Perhaps she has some insights that I don't. I can tell you that Bardolph was last seen in the forest wearing a particular woolen jumper. One that Claire knitted herself. Claire will be at her shop if you'd like to speak with her.
Hello, Mrs. Sprottle. Actually, Sirona Ryan asked if I'd come and see you.
Oh!
Sirona.
Sirona, a gem. Has been for as long as I've known her.
She thought you might need help collecting ingredients for your Wiggenweld potion.
And she's correct. My darling Aidan used to collect hawk lumps for me.
Since
Since he died, my supply has dwindled.
I'm sorry for your loss, Mrs. Sprottle.
Oh, thank you. Love of my life. A bit lost without him. If you wouldn't mind gathering some hawk lumps for me, I'd be happy to compensate you for your time.
Yeah. 信不信你还真的有？
Believe it or not, I have some with me.
Oh, thank you. How wonderful. The travelling vendors will be thrilled to replenish their stock of Wiggenweld potions.
Sirona also mentioned that Mr. Sprottle was bringing her a box of letters when he fell ill.
Indeed he was. I'd almost forgotten. I stumbled upon it just before Aidan died. He was hoping to go through it with Sirona over a butterbeer or two. Those two were always like two bowtruckles in a branch. Aidan took ill when he was collecting hawk lumps on his way to see her. He made it home, but I
把
think
盒
he
子
dropped the
丢
box
在
in the
洞
cavern.
穴里面。
The cavern is in the hills just southwest of our hamlet. You can gather hawk lumps and collect the box of letters there.
Wow.
Sirona said she lived with you during the summers when she was at Hogwarts. What was she like?
Oh, goodness. Well, she was almost exactly like she is now. Charming, good head on her shoulders, taking care of everyone. I can't tell you the fun we had when she and her friends would visit us during the year, all buzzing about, practicing charms. Talented group. Her friend Mirabelle was a genius in the garden. Learned it all from her muggle parents, if you can believe it.
Do you remember anything about the letters you put in the box?
Oh, of course. A few letters from
美
some
好
of
的
her
回
school
忆。
friends. Some nice memories. I even included a letter Serona had written to me when she was staying with us. Thought she might enjoy reading it. I know when I read writing from my youth, I'm always astonished at how much I've changed, and yet remain the same.
Thank you, Mrs. Spruttle.
Thank you. I'll be here if you are able to collect those hawk lumps. I and the vendors I help would greatly appreciate it.
Yeah, need patience.
Madame Beaumont, might I speak with you?
I'd be happy to speak with you.
那
Especially after
任
your
务如
help
果
with
先
getting
解掉
us
这边的
around
话，它
Rock's
就会有
Loyalists.
不同的对话。
Mrs. Spruttle told me a little more about your brother, Bardolph.
Oh, dear Dorothy. She'd go looking for Bardolph herself if she could.
She mentioned dark magic, and even the Ashwinders.
Despite my repeated warnings, Bardolph's been experimenting with dark magic near the edge of the forest. I thought perhaps he'd get it out of his system and it would gradually stop. But then one day, he didn't come home.
Could Bardolph have run off?
No, he'd never leave me here alone. He did speak of going to talk with Victor Rookwood. That worries me almost more than his attempts at mastering dark magic. Rookwood is as dangerous as Ranrock, in my opinion.
Is there anything your brother took with him that might help to track him down?
Only his satchel, journal, and a woolen jumper I knitted for him. That's all I can recall.
Yeah.
I'll let you know if I see or hear anything about him.
Thank you. How kind. I'd be so grateful to learn where he is. I know in my heart he's out there. Do be careful.
Do be careful.
I should be going now. Thank you.
Thank you.
Bardolph, where are you? I'll not give up hope.
Where are you? Oh, 这史诗哎！史诗有办法用实话吗？ 可以耶。
Is that Inferior's wearing a woolly jumper?
Oh.
That must be Bardolph.
你想他死了吗？啊！你变不正！啊！你变不正！等一下，他死了！他死了！
Bardolph's woolen jumper. I'm not sure Madame Beaumont would want to know what really happened to him.
在那边可以乱磕东西，有时抢。
Revelio.
是哑鸟吧？哇！
This mentions Inferi, and something about it being Bardolph's turn next.
Bardolph's turn. 可以在乱喝东西耶，操死！ 对，就这样死掉了。 这里有梅林的试炼，没事。再去捡盒子。华道夫最后死啦。
Revelio. This must be the cavern Mrs. Sprottle mentioned.
Okay. 毛菇精洞穴。
Better have a look around, see if I can find that box of letters. Ah, that's all the Horklumps for now. Mrs. Sprottle should be pleased.
Confringo 有鱼耶！呀，
Lumos.
滚开！
Revelio.
跳啊！嗯？
Revelio.
OK。走走走走走。
Either I'll have to fight that troll, or avoid it altogether.
嘣！ 这样，嘣！有病的，是，嘣，嘣，阿比。 Patience. 嘣！见不见？嘣！The finger. Leviosa. 哎，交给我了。OK。
Rest easy, my large friend. Revelio.
哦，这是假的，这没有东西推过去。嗯。笑死。Her finger.
Revelio.
OK， 这边收集完。嘿，走走走，亲爱的希罗娜，哦哦，信件呢？
This must be Serona's box of letters.
诶，还有一个哦，这里。
I should take this box of letters to Serona. I think that's everything. Serona will be glad to have this back.
你的兄弟死了，啊，难受。
Seems a pleasant enough little place.
Place？ 哎，按错按错。
You've made Upper Hogsfield safer, and for that, I thank you.
Madame Beaumont, I do have some news of your brother.
Oh, please tell me he's safe.
我要讲实话呢，还是讲坏话呢？人嘛，总是要。
I regret to say that Bardolph had been turned into an Inferius, and I had to kill him.
What? But how could you possibly think that an Inferius was my brother Bardolph? That's absurd.
He was wearing a woolen jumper, hand-knitted.
No. No. This can't be. Oh.
I'm truly sorry. I wish it had been better news. I wish you well, Madame Beaumont.
What more could I have done? Oh, Bardolph. Bardolph, my dear, dear brother. Thank you for passing through.
他怎么？
My sincerest gratitude.
他又变回原本的 NPC 了。他刚才在哭，他又变回原本的 NPC。你看，超诡异的。他原本还在哭，现在又变成原本的 NPC 了。啊 no！
Hogsmeade, here I come.
Alfred Lawley's none too pleased. Seems he's been burgled.
Hello, Serona. I have good news. I was able to provide your friend Mrs. Sprottle with some Horklumps for her Wiggenweld potion, and I found your box of letters.
Oh, thank you. I knew you were the one to ask.
很好奇，不用。
I'm glad I could be of help. Mrs. Sprottle sends her best.
Don't know what I'd have done without her and Aidan. Thank you, again, for helping her, and for returning this box of letters. It's nice to reflect on good memories.
Good memories. True friend. 诶，是这里吗？啊，是这里。
Oh, my dear Biscuit.
Hello, is something the matter?
Most decidedly, yes. My precious mooncalf Biscuit was abducted by poachers up.
为什么会被饼干会被偷走？
I tried to fight back, but I was no match for them.
I'm sorry about your mooncalf, Mr.
Garnuff. Just Garnuff. I'm only one goblin. Not a particularly brave one at that. I have no chance against a pack of bloodthirsty poachers. Oh, my poor Biscuit. I can only hope she's able to escape.
哦，他是名哦。
I'll keep an eye out for your mooncalf, Garnuff.
How kind. If only all of Wizardkind was as gracious to goblins. If
他的宠物要饼干是吧？
Safely home to me, I promise to reward you for your efforts. Do keep an eye out for her, and be careful out there. Poachers are unscrupulous.
你也太北了吧！
You can't imagine how inconvenient travel was before I invented flu powder.
Are you in some sort of trouble?
Nearly attacked by wolves, I was. Only just escaped with my life. I need to be better prepared next time. Could use some thunder brew. I don't suppose a student like yourself would be in possession of such a thing?
I'm afraid not. I'd help you if I could, but I don't actually have anything with me.
Well, that is unfortunate. I was hoping you'd be better prepared.
从哪想？
Not a charitable bone in their body.
Ha! Poachers! Garnuff was right then. I'd better be careful.
Be careful.
Surprising how many
Lucas Totalis.
啊，你变变变！把你变死人！
Troll for what? Nothing ever happens.
把你变死人！
Lucas Totalis.
潜行游戏。
You'd show yourself.
Think I won't remember your face?
Your poaching days are over. Alohomora.
阿拉哈姆了，直接潜行暗杀哎，这游戏好好玩。
Now then, which one of you is Biscuit? Revelio.
啊，你们两个是饼干，我不知道啊。
All right, Biscuit. Let's get you back to Garnoff, shall we?
随便抓一只就可以了，是吧？哈哈。
Revelio.
嗯？在这里啊？啊，这里还有个。嘿。
Sometimes it seems all roads lead to Hogsmeade.
What will I do without her?
Garnoth, I've rescued Biscuit.
You have? Oh, is she hurt? Was she frightened? Are you all right?
Biscuit is fine, as am I. I was able to rescue her without much incident.
Oh, mercy.
在这边抓一只就可以了，
Where poachers
笑
are
死。
concerned, I tend to expect the worst. I cannot wait to get her home. I so miss seeing her dance in the evenings. Such joy.
I'm glad she's safe now. I'm sure she'll be happy to go home.
Oh, that is a great weight off my mind. Oh, my sweet little Biscuit, my wise, noble moon calf. And here is your reward,
是
of
名贵的
course.
仇了。
Well deserved. As I said before, you have restored my faith in wizard kind. You've restored at least a modicum of my faith in wizard kind.
拿饼干，
Biscuit and I can't thank you enough.
笑死。这是在霍格华兹里面吧？哎，没有啊，有啊，是霍格华兹里面。啊，好累。
Handy resource indeed, your field guide. I'm most pleased to be included.
Anything to do with the dark art should be avoided. It's too risky.
Anything to do with Salazar Slytherin is worth the risk.
I can't agree. And I'll not say a word more. I'm sorry.
I'm sorry.
I won't give up.
What were you and Ominous speaking about?
He's being ridiculous. Apparently, Salazar Slytherin had a secret scriptorium here in Hogwarts. Ominous swears it was used for the dark arts, so he wants nothing to do with it. I reminded him that Anne needs a cure. This scriptorium could hold the answers we need.
Oh!
The dark arts do pique my interest.
There's more to dark magic than people realize. The Gaunts know this. Better than most. Perhaps I've spoken out of turn. Ominous's family history is personal to him.
I'd like to know more about it, if you wouldn't mind telling me. I won't repeat it.
Very well. But do keep this between us. He learned dark magic from his parents.
酷刑咒.
Are you familiar with the Cruciatus curse?
Crucio, correct? The Cruciatus curse, also known as the torture curse, inflicts excruciating pain on the victim.
Apparently, his parents and older siblings had no qualms about casting it on muggles for sport. Ominous described the sound of the victim's cries as horrific, so the first time he was asked to cast it himself as a child, he couldn't bring himself to do it. As punishment, his family cast it on him. The anguish was so bad that when asked to cast it again, he relented. I have repeatedly assured Ominous that he did what he had to, but he still hasn't forgiven himself.
Yeah.
How horrible. Poor Ominous, he was only a child. He shouldn't blame himself.
After that incident, the rift between Ominous and his family only grew. That is until I came along. Every moment he isn't at Hogwarts, he's with us in Feldcroft. Ominous trusts me. And more often than not, he winds up listening to me. I'll remind him of that when I follow up about the scriptorium. Watch for my owl. I'll have news soon enough.
Oh.
I'll make Ominous understand. He'll change his mind.
Revelio.
Confringo.
Revelio.
你这在干嘛？笑死！
Alohomora. Revelio.
No.
Revelio. Alohomora.
Aloha mula.
Revelio.
Ding, ding. 楼下，哎，底下有东西。
Revelio.
这里没有。这怎么过去啊？哦，这里是往死来这里的校舍嘛，所以 还有这条路。
Revelio.
水怪雕像。零钱钱。
Revelio.
我知道有叮叮叮哎，叮叮叮。这个是那个吧，史莱哲林的宝箱。
Revelio. Alohomora.
Aloha Mura。这不能解开，这个可以解开。哦。Confringo。
Alohomora.
有地方。好。
Revelio.
劳动服务密室，哦，是劳动服务哎。嗯，这锁不能开，超诡异的。是那个吧？如果这有秘密通道啊。噔噔噔。
Revelio.
如果那些传送点之外，还有可以盯什么？
What if he sticks like this? What? Don't be silly. It'll wear off in a few hours. I think.
You think?
It didn't before. That other boy was like it for a week.
A week? I don't feel.
前面。叮叮。哎，有哎，这个。 雷文克劳半身像，这是雷文克劳的那个交易厅，进不去。啊，去上课啊。 噔噔噔噔噔噔。
Revelio.
叮叮，这个卡多甘爵士的笑匠，这上面是有那个吗？
Revelio. Ha, ha, ha.
怎么上去啊？这什么神秘的地方？这个怎么上去啊？在这里。
Revelio.
有路吗？有哎、看2加3、5、4，还是你啊？
Revelio.
我刚刚会很偏。0133333那个吧。来了。哇哦！算命学教室。 算命学、欸，好特别。不知道他怎么会从这边进来？0加8，哎，0加7，1啊1，所以是主角。有时候，哎，不是，啊，乌猫在这里，对了，然后。 6加5哦，11，所以加6，所以是他下一个7。哎，13加0加5吧，所以是。 那只，这只，这是5加7，12、3，所以是3条。哎，不对，对啊，5加6啦，4，所以4是那是鸟，哎，这东西全解完了，这里的东西全部。不是他这种算命学教室会隐藏在这种地方。哦，他这也是教你说研究指南啊，笑死！结果先把它解掉了。 只有事没事会上来这里、啊。对啊，上面学校是怎么会设计在这种地方？
What are you up to now?
哎，这是占卜学教室。 哦，不对，有点奇怪。像这样子走，这样子走，走对。什么神奇的地方？天文课。观音寺，回到了观音寺。
You can't.
天文课是晚上课。
Hello, Adelaide. How are you and your uncle doing?
Very well, thanks to you. The more I learn about Ranrock's foul lot, the more astounded I am that my uncle survived. I looked back over his old owls and noticed that they included pertinent details about his rare metal deposits. I believe that Ranrock's fiends were after those deposits and that they needed my uncle's knowledge. He was willingly going to rot away in that cell to keep me safe.
Any other pertinent details about those owls?
Plenty. Uncle Roland couldn't be certain, but he thought he overheard goblins talking about infusing something into goblin silver. He wasn't sure what they meant, but something about the way they spoke of it made his skin crawl. It's clear you saved my uncle from a very bad lot.
Yeah.
It was nothing at all, Adelaide. I'm just glad your uncle's safe.
So am I. Seeing him again was such a relief. I told him that he must remain vigilant from now on. I, for one, can't help but look over my shoulder now whenever I leave the castle grounds.
Castle grounds.
The Pinch Smedleys will always look.
Uncle Roland sends his best. He often asks after you and his owl. And your reading is The Dragon. That's exciting, I suppose. Perhaps you're due for an adventure.
是那个人鱼那个吗？我居然可以做得这么随性。
Ladies,
Professor Shah.
Astronomy is not divination. You won't find the mysteries of the cosmos charted out on your palms or at the bottom of your teacups. Alas, the heavens remain hazy to the starry-eyed. Now, if you were to devote yourselves to persistent and painstaking observation, you just might catch a glimpse. With that in mind, please take your telescopes. Tonight we will be on the observation deck.
对啊，这种课基本上教师基本上就是拿来聚集而已。
Still don't have your own? You can't be the new student forever, you know. You can share with Mr. Takar.
我戴墨镜看得到吗？
No, no, bring it into focus on your own.
On your own. 聚焦。
Now, I expect all of you to put in your stargazing hours outside of class. Is that clear?
But, Professor, it's freezing out.
Mere cold didn't stop the great stargazers of the past. Look only to the astronomy tables they erected throughout the Highlands, from which they gazed millennia ago on the very self-same stars above us. Is that clear?
Is that clear? Yeah.
Dismissed.
下课，笑死，超冷。
Oh, hello. I'm Amit. We met in potions class. I'm happy to report that we've yet to have any explosions in this class.
Oh, hello, Amit. Nice to see you again.
Did I hear Professor Shaw say that you don't have your own telescope? I have a spare one you could borrow for the rest of term.
That's very kind of you, Amit. Are you sure you won't need it?
I'm certain. It's my old one. I finally got my
新的
hands
星
on the
界
new
观察器。
Celestia Contemplar. You've heard of it, I assume? I mean, of course you have. It's only the pinnacle of all personal stargazing implements. But my old model's not too shabby either. Goblin-cut glass, first-rate optical enchantments. Hate to think such a fine instrument is just collecting dust.
Well, thank you, Amit.
Think nothing of it. Anyway, the telescope's in the storage room right underneath us. You can't miss it. I have some, reading to finish on the lower deck. Come find me there afterwards, and bring the telescope. There's something I want to talk to you about.
Something about. Oh yeah. Oh, 这里呀。
Professor Shah's just about as cold and distant as the bloody...
Not sure what you can learn from these astronomers.
Oh, Mead thinks he knows everything. Even told me he can speak gobbledygook.
I had heard about these odd stone tables out in the Highlands.
The constellations. I'm trying to put off my stargazing as long as I could. What good that did. How am I supposed to...
This was his old telescope. Looks practically brand new.
A prestige.
Professor Shah, I'm interested in learning more about astronomy.
It is increasingly rare to find a student who seeks after things celestial, of their own accord. But if you truly desire to chart the courses of the cosmos, you must rid your mind of the terrestrial babble of others. We ourselves are not unlike blank star charts, you know? Empty canvases waiting to be inscribed with all that the universe has to offer. Do you understand?
Am I right in thinking you are unimpressed by divination?
Of the many other so-called disciplines taught here, divination is perhaps the most feeble, especially in its nonsensical practice of astrology. Do not confuse astronomy and astrology. One is concerned with mysteries stellar and lunar. The other is mere lunacy.
You mentioned astronomy tables earlier in class. What were you talking about?
Long ago, devotees of the astral arts set up stone slabs across the countryside. They are ideal for studying constellations near and far. For centuries, wizards made use of these astronomy tables for stargazing. Sadly, they have since become mere monuments to the intrepid intellectual pursuits of a bygone epoch.
Thank you, Professor. I look forward to stargazing.
I am glad to hear it. Should be a stellar night for it.
他直接教占卜学是废物的，笑死。
The perfect night for... Oh.
I have the telescope. It's nicer than I had expected.
I would not offer a prospective stargazer a third-rate lunoscope. But there is, something else.
Yes? What is it?
You remember those astronomy tables Shaw was going on about? It just so happens I've been reading up on them a little myself. And it seems there may be one right here at Hogwarts. I believe we could use it to find hidden constellations.
And you need someone to help you find it.
I do. Are you in? No one from the Gobstones Club will go with me. Said they'd rather get spit at by a stone than...
Well, they are
cowards. Let us get moving while the stars are still out. I'll show you how to use that telescope once we get there. I promise.
Yes.
Oh, no need to convince me. Let's get going.
Brilliant. You won't regret it. Shall we?
Shall we? 这不是那个吗？这个奇兽那里。
The table is on a castle wall ahead. Look for a stone platform, something that doesn't quite belong. We'll know it when we see it. Onwards we go then. Lumos! Some say the locations of the tables were originally marked by centaurs for ritual stargazing. It is nice having a fellow stargazer to explore with.
Happy to be here. It is good to leave the classroom now and then.
感觉真不错 ，Yeah。
It's not that creepy out here at night, is it?
Revelio.
The Gobstones Club are cowards. Here I am, charging ahead. Why don't you lead the way?
If you're sure.
A little foreboding.
A few cobwebs and some dust. Nothing to be concerned about.
Oh, of course. It's just not as
Revelio.
tidy as I expected.
是什么？龙氏浴缸？啥想什么鬼？
More cobwebs. You don't think any spiders might be lurking about?
Oh, no. Not this close to the school, Emmett. Revelio.
Look, there's the table. I think you should do the honors. Go on, try it out.
哦，就是这个啊。那这怎么样？啊，还是冷静中心。
Amit, could I ask you something?
Oh, certainly.
Why are you so fascinated with stars?
I suppose because there is so much to learn about them. I mean, there is plenty to learn about a lot of subjects, but astronomy seems limitless. Always something new being discovered. They are forever discovering new moons and stars. In fact, they discovered a new planet just 50 years ago.
Where precisely is the table we're looking for?
According to an old astronomer's chronicle I found in the library,
我就站在这边啊。
castle wall.
Actually, that's all I wanted to know.
Oh, very well then.
不是啊，这个怎么用 ？Lumos 吗？
Lumos.
也是
Reparo.
哦？啊，不是啊，望远镜。望远镜在身上啊。 这望远镜要怎么用？使用天文台。
Accio. Glacius. Confringo. Defender. Descender. Levioso.
有什么咒语吗？啊，天文台怎么用？如何运作？
Revelio. Accio.
哦，这个北七哦。
The constellation should appear near the center of your view. As soon as you've lined up the telescope, we will be able to fill out our star chart.
天琴座。
I was right about the tables. They really are gateways to the far stars, just as the book said. And your contribution was invaluable. Rest assured, you shall be credited in my memoirs one day.
Whatever you say, Emmett. Whatever you say.
Oh, you wait. You are going to be quoted saying just that. This is only the beginning. You will find more tables like this one throughout the grounds and forest, all beckoning to be discovered by a worthy astronomer. And if I have ever seen one, it's you. Oh, and about my old telescope, don't bother returning it. You should keep it.
That's quite generous, thank you.
You are welcome. It has goblin-cut glass and a gobbledygook
他
inscription.
一直在讲
I'm
他很
practically
厉害的
fluent
感
in
觉。
gobbledygook, you know. It's all in the throat, really, gobbledygook, you know, and how you pronounce your R's. Anyway, glad our adventure was a success. I will see you soon.
I will see you soon.
Revelio. Accio.
该死的书，不要跑！
Revelio. Ha. Ha.
Hmm? Ja, tam są gdzie.
Reparo. Revelio.
哦，知道了。对，哦，这里啊。
Revelio.
观星台。 这是已经开过的。
Revelio. Knowing our meat, he's likely studied here.
看一下。两颗。 这样子吗？ 有了，凤凰座。啊，又多了一堆东西要解，笑死。2小时了，那先就到这里吧，累了，想休息了。那我们下次的直播再见，谢谢大家的收看。